Thank you, Christy. Well, the temperatures are going to be a little bit of a roller coaster ride over the next few days, and I'll give you the numbers on that in a moment. First, though, we're going to talk Christmas, and we're going to talk holiday season with Michelle in Milton. Thank you, Michelle. Well, for those of you who are maybe heading out tomorrow morning to get your Christmas tree, just be aware there is the potential for some freezing drizzle. This is a map that our meteorologist drew to give you an idea of the zones that are at risk. Northern Ontario, cold front passes 5 to 10 centimeters at most further north of us. Then we do see some cloud cover. Saturday morning is the better chance. See how things clear out for Saturday night, and into Sunday we have high pressure taking hold. So it's just that little bit of precipitation that's skirting over southern Ontario that we're concerned with because of temperatures being cold at the surface. We may see some freezing drizzle. So off it goes and joins forces with actually another low pressure system coming in from the north. Our new low pressure system, they join forces and then come back into the Atlantic province. Thank you so much, Natalie. Well, nearly a year to the day that that number 2 hurricane, Haiyan, made its way to the Philippines and caused so much devastation and death. There is another one that's bearing down on the Philippines now. Thankfully, though, this one is not expected to be quite as strong at landfall as was Haiyan last November. It's still going to be a big story, but we're definitely going to be watching that. Kasha is talking Christmas in Toronto. Thanks, Kasha. We have to watch for the potential this afternoon and Saturday morning of some freezing drizzle. Thank you so much for that, Kasha. Having some, well, I guess it's kind of fun out there, right? Just sliding around. Hopefully you're not sliding around too much. You've got the proper footwear. For the weather ahead, we have the potential of some freezing drizzle. I'll tell you where in a moment. First, though, let's go to Milton and join up with Michelle. Thank you so much, Michelle. Well, we have the risk of some freezing rain, freezing drizzle, actually, this afternoon, and the cloud cover will ease and it's going to move away from us. But the impact of this low pressure system in the U.S. is limited for us across the lower lakes. Northern Ontario getting some snowfall, and we will see the potential. Have you been following your local forecast every 10 minutes on the 10s here at the Weather Network? You're seeing a bit of a roller coaster ride of temperatures, and the temperature sitting near freezing could have an impact on us tomorrow morning, and I'll tell you why that is in a moment. Let's first, though, go and visit Michelle in Milton. Well, there you go. You only have a 2-hour window to get that done, right? Thanks so much for that, Michelle. Let's go now to Kasha, and she's got some special guests with her. It sounds great, Kasha. Thank you so much. Speaking of music, I mean, those carolers sound fantastic. So do our tracks for the new local forecast music tracks that we use in our local forecast. So we had the contest, now you've chosen, and those are just a few of the samplings there. Now, I told you I would mention where we have the potential for icing. This is a map that shows the risk zones. Notice that it's a fairly long period of time, from this afternoon through Saturday, but we wanted to give you at least an idea of the areas that could be at risk of some icing. People want to get out quick in the morning hours and start their Christmas shopping and that sort of thing, because we only have limited time before the holiday season is here, and we want to get those shopping underway. But we may be dealing with some icy conditions in parking lots and the like. I think the treated surfaces and the main roadways would be fine, but watch in the parking lots and that sort of thing. Low pressure system, well, we have a new one that's going to be coming in for us on Tuesday. Thank you very much, Kim, and that's a story and a narrative that is likely being played out in many locations across our country, right? Let's turn it over to Kasha right now in the Distillery District of Toronto and see what's happening outside. Thanks so much, Kasha. And one of Kasha's guests earlier was saying that tree has 18,000 lights on it. Think about the work on parking lot surfaces. Then we have a cold front passing through. Next week, though, we have to watch for possibly some snow showers on Tuesday. 12.5 degrees it was yesterday in St. John's. Today, -1. So a big drop in temperatures, but we're going to bring it back up on Sunday to 4 degrees. So it's going to be pretty good by then. But this afternoon, still on the cold side. Snowfall, yes, across the northern part of New Brunswick, Gaspé, yeah. And also, you don't see it on this map, but in Quebec and Labrador, some snowfall too. But in terms of the area around Moncton, and then back toward Fredericton, Brunswick could stand to see 10 to 15 centimeters of snow, which is nothing to sneeze at, is it? That's pretty decent snowfall, but nothing of the sort in Ontario. I mean, we're looking actually at probably some freezing drizzle, but let's check in right now with Michelle as she's checking out a Christmas farm. Well, Michelle, as I mentioned, Toronto not expected to see snowfall. We have some potential for freezing drizzle, though, through tomorrow morning. Areas in the east of the province, though, do have the risk of some snow. Thank you so much, Chris. It's possible that in southern Ontario later this evening we could actually have some fog patches bubbling up, likely radiation fog, as you were just mentioning, on number 3 on that list. Precipitation through Ottawa and Montreal, Brockville, starting off as snowfall, but with a case for the GTA, Niagara region, and down toward the south and west as we head through this evening, again more so tomorrow along the north side of Lake Ontario. But fog, we'll watch for that in Midwestern Ontario, Kitchener-Waterloo. I think you're seeing that in your local forecast now. Forecast for this afternoon, Northern Ontario. Snowfall, 5 to 10 centimeters. 10 would be more so further north of Timmins and say Kapuskasing and up toward James Bay. But nevertheless, yeah, you've got some snow in the forecast, especially the evening, -6. But there is going to be a surge of some warmth coming in tomorrow. And we'll have some showers in the forecast for you. So rain in Nova Scotia, southern New Brunswick, probably rain and mixing. And then northern parts will be getting some snowfall. In fact, areas like Fredericton, north, say Plaster Rock actually, toward Miramichi and Bathurst, 10, 15 centimeters of snow throughout the day on Saturday through the end of the day. So that's where that's all occurring. Thank you so much for that, Jacqueline. Great explanation. We look at our temperature forecast for this afternoon across Atlantic Canada. St. John's -1. Remember how warm it was just yesterday, hit 12 degrees. Now -1 is a daytime high. -3 in Halifax. So we are going to potentially tomorrow see some mixing through central New Brunswick and then rainfall in Nova Scotia, but snow to the north could actually end up with quite a bit of accumulation, in fact, in a swath here from, say, Miramichi and back towards south of Edmundston to Plaster Rock, 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. And then, of course, that pushes up into Labrador and Quebec with a range of, say, 5+ centimeters expected. What we've got going on is an interesting scenario because we've got a clipper, we've got another system moving across the Atlantic provinces, but then next week we've got a nor'easter that's developing and then another low pressure system coming together from the prairies. So this could end up with some strong winds, rainfall, and snow. A little bit too far out at this point to give very particular details on it, but we're definitely going to be watching this pretty closely. Holiday scene at the in downtown Toronto. When we look at our forecast for this evening, just grazes by. It's actually in the U.S., centered in the U.S., but it's just going to be skirting by here. So we may see some of that through the early part of Saturday. Temperature-wise, colder in the north. We've got 5 to 10 centimeters of snow headed to northern Ontario and moving off. Again, messy conditions along the U.S. eastern seaboard. And it's definitely cold, but some improvements are headed your way. The CP holiday train continues its track from Manitoba through Saskatchewan. So later today in Regina, 6:30 visit. Moose Jaw, 8:30 p.m. So you've still got some time to get out there and check out the holiday train as it makes a stop in your neighborhood. When we look at our temperatures, yes, it's definitely staying cold. We've been really socked into the cold for quite a while now, so I think we're looking for a bit of relief. But the wind chills this afternoon in Winnipeg, snowfall for Wawa, Kapuskasing, Timmins, and north, about range of, say, 5 to 10 centimeters of snow. Further south, though, in Toronto, the weather conditions are pretty fair. Thanks so much, Kasha. Well, you know what? We have the risk of some freezing drizzle overnight and into Saturday morning for the GTA. Bancroft, Montreal, Brockville, all starting off as some snowfall, but we can't rule out that potential with a bit of a warm-up expected. We could see some freezing conditions there, too. Mentioned the snow in northern Ontario. 5 to 10 centimeters. It moves off to the north. And then Kasha was just mentioning about this. We may possibly just get skirted by some precipitation to start the early part of Saturday. St. John's, -1 with bright skies, sunshine, yes. But we have a drop in temperatures. We're going to rise, though. By Sunday, we should be above freezing. And when we look at our temperature contrast through the evening, so much blue, so much purple. But look what happens. We've got the warming coming in with our warm front. So it brings the temperatures up initially on Saturday in Nova Scotia and then subsequently on Sunday for Newfoundland, bringing up a little bit milder air. Some snowfall in northern New Brunswick, 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. The remnant low there for the west of Newfoundland. But this is the next low pressure system that's coming in. It will bring some messy weather on Saturday. Again, New Brunswick snowfall, Nova Scotia looking more so at some rain showers, especially late day Saturday through Sunday, and then milder conditions on tap for the west.